Well, hello. Happy Thursday night, everybody. I'm Tia Knapp, and I have with me my dear friend, Dr. Michael Gross.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I got to fix my headpiece. All right. Thank you,
We're,
everyone.
we're really, really grateful that you're all here to hear this beautiful message that Michael has for us this Thursday night. And we highly encourage everybody to go ahead and invite their friends to join us as well. We've got a little different thing going on here this time, so you see Michael's phone number right there. And definitely take a note and jot it down because he offers the complimentary consultation. I put
Yes, you
that one
did.
in already, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I'll introduce Michael really quick, and then everybody, he has a powerful message, and I will mute myself out and put his contact info in the chat. So, Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, an energy transformational coach, an entrepreneur, and the author of the Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. He also helps you achieve an unlimited life. For over 30 years, Dr. Michael Gross has been a spiritual teacher, a multidimensional healer, transformational coach who is exceptionally skilled in all aspects of soul, oversoul, vibrations, frequencies, body timing, life force energies, and more. He holds many degrees, some of which include a doctorate of alternative healing psychology, a Reiki master teacher. He's a thought field therapist, a certified professional hypnotherapist, and he's a non-denominational minister. He also offers workshops, including Reconnecting to God, the True Source. So I hope, Michael, that you'll tell us more about your upcoming workshop before we leave, okay?
Yes.
He also has workshops in cellular release, manifestation protocols, energy multidimensional healing, enlightenment, and many others. Michael is also an international intuitive consultant for corporations and has traveled over half the world. His clients are in USA, Australia, New Zealand, South America, Asia, and other countries, and his messages are now even being heard in the Baltic countries, Sweden, and South Korea. I am blessed and honored to welcome Michael here today to share with us his beautiful words of wisdom on the Book of Life. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Michael.
everyone. Thank you. I thought I'd share something, and this is going to be part one. And throughout the coming year, there'll be a part two and three, and perhaps some more. And I'd like this to be a session where it's thought provoking and empowering and life changing. And I'd like to review just a little bit of the process of how you arrived at this point in your life. Before you incarnate, you have a period, let's say, of rest, and perhaps you take on other assignments. And eventually comes a time that you're encouraged to incarnate. And the reason you're encouraged to incarnate was to experience whatever solar system you're in or desire to go to. In this case, we're talking about Earth. And if you look at your incarnation, it's a combination of school, learning, emotions, feeling, thoughts, vibrations, and energies. It's also about some karma that may be involved. And the karma is nothing but an experience for you to understand. Because someday you may choose to be a guardian angel or an angel or guide or whatever. And you will understand the human experience. And if we look at you, you are a soul who decided to come into a vibration and energy called the human body. But before you do that, you take a look at your life. You have a life review of what you desire to accomplish, what you desire to experience, what you desire to heal, and who is going to be your support team, your siblings. You're going to associate with your friends and relatives. You choose your parents because they have a DNA of a physical body you so desire to experience. And you're androgynous as a soul. And remember, that's both gracing male and female energy. And then you become whatever sex you so desire to become. Through this process, you create all these experiences for knowledge, for karma, for whatever purpose, so that it can enhance your soul and your soul life. So understand when we talk about the soul life, your soul is immutable. It's been around since the universe, trillions and trillions and trillions, quadrillions of years, forever. That is, your soul's been around. And your soul is a direct extension. It's part of what I call the true source, or some people like the word God, the true source. And so it's an extension of that. And that extension that leaves the bosom, so to speak, figure of speech, of the true source. It's always connected to the true source called the oversoul. And it's at a very high frequency and energy, and part of the oversoul goes into this beautiful body called an earth body. And then within it, you have laid out a program, what I call the big picture, not minor things you chose to experience, to learn, to grow, to heal, and become empowered with. So, for example, if you sprain your ankle one day, that's not in the cycle of life. It's something you did. But remember, everything you have experienced in this life, you chose to experience it to the depth and pain you desire to achieve. It can be traumatic, it can be gentle, it can be somewhere in between. You choose the depth of it. The whole idea is for you to have the experience to grow and learn from. Therefore, understanding it, not only do you choose your family, friends, relative, and their bodies because of their DNA for whatever reason, but also you choose your future children if you desire to have children, your mates, how many times you're going to be married, once, 100 times, 7 times, whatever, your life experiences, and you have complete control of how long it takes for you to learn what you came here to learn, to experience. You can extend it, you can end it, you can make it brief, you can do any of those things. But let's say you reach a point in your life where everything you came here to accomplish is over and done with. And at that point, you can say, okay, I'm done. I'm going to birth out. I'm going on vacation and party hardy. So you leave and you go through a transition. And then after you go through a transition, you go through a life review, then you go to a healing period, and so on and so forth. We'll discuss that another time. That's just an overview. But directly, what I desire to share with you is that in your life, you came here to learn, and I know I've addressed it so many times: self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. How you choose to learn it, how arduous you desire to be, is your choice. Remember, you wrote the script. You laid the background. You are the actor, actress, director, and producer of your life. Yes to you.
I had to unmute. So, what was I thinking, Michael? If I wrote the script, I'm sure you heard this before. What in the world would our soul be thinking to do this?
Well, you chose this. Perhaps it was karmic or something to learn to experience life. And as my dear friend says, and you've very dear friend, Roy, we and I get together for lunch. He said, what they spike our drinks with to make us incarnate in this world. And we laugh all the time. Of course, they didn't spike our drinks. It's just a metaphor, and it's a joke between us that sometimes life is very hard. But you know, the hardest things we go through, the more empowering things become. And the more empowering things become, the stronger it becomes in our life. Now, you can choose when you come here to learn the lessons of karma, because it's just an experience, all of it, 50% of it, 75%, or whatever. And if you choose to only do part of it, and then you birth out, then you come back and do it again, whatever you left out. Sometimes it may be 50 things and you only want to do two times in each lifetime, so you'll come back 25 times. Not necessarily on planet Earth, but other planets and other solar systems, because you will choose that. Remember, we are all beautiful souls. We are all souls, even though our physical beingness is different. whether a male or female or whatever ethnic group we are. Our soul is the same. So when you birth out, finally, you're surrounded with all this love. And you go, oh, this is what this is like. This, oh, I learned something new. Oh, oh my gosh, did I feel the emotions of that? Oh my gosh, I learned this and that. And that's all. And it's recorded in your soul. Some people call it the book of life. Some call it the Akashic records, whatever it is. And these are all the experiences which you will use one day when you incarnate or become a guide, master guide, guardian angel, archangel, whatever you desire. But in this whole scenario, I would like all of you to look at your book of life as you wrote the book. And when you come to the end of what you came here to experience, as I was alluding to, you can go, things aren't too bad on earth, and I cleared all these things. So, I think I want to take on a new mission and goals to be able to help other souls and clear any karma, or just to help souls or whatever. And so, how long will it take? Well, it could take a day. It could take a year. Take 100 years or 300 years. You will live that long. Then you birth out, and then you may come back, or you may not, or you may have to learn new lessons, or maybe they're all done, and you might become a master guide or guide, or you might become a Christ-like, or a Buddha-like, or a Krishna-like, or something. You may choose to do that. And that's very empowering. You can also say, I know everything I came here to learn, but I'd like another 15, 18 years to see my great-grandchildren get married and see them having babies. And you can request that, or 20 years, which is karma-free, unless you screw up. And you'll be here to enjoy it, and you'll have perfect health. Everything will be beautiful. So this kind of begs the question, as they say, well, if I'm just here to have these experiences, and I'm just here for karma and learn the karma, how come people have serious illnesses? And the answer is manyfold, but I'll give you some examples. Sometimes the last beautiful experience you need to have is love. So a person will choose a disease so they will feel unconditional love and feels what it's like and understand it. And maybe in a past life they were cold and didn't pay attention. Sometimes a soul will choose that to bring a family together that are arguing and hating each other. Sometimes it will do that. Sometimes they will choose that because they want to experience being alone. Sometimes they will choose that illness as an excuse to leave because, oh, listen, guys, my job is done. My mission and goal is done. I love you all. It's pretty good. I'm going to leave you. No, you can't leave us. You can't leave us. We can't leave us. So that soul would create an illness as an excuse to leave. That's another scenario. Sometimes there's a scenario where what they call a soul walk-in. And that is you say, I don't want to be here anymore. This is too arduous. Let me come back and do it again and repeat whatever I need to repeat. And if it's granted, there'll be some kind of an accident that'll occur or an illness. Your soul will go, sayonara, I'm out of here. Another soul says, hey, I've got some important work to do. And I don't want to go through the growing up child thing from, being a fetus all the way up to age 24. I'm going to take over this body of 24 so I can accomplish my missions and goals. And you have to ask permission. The other soul has to grant it. And you enter into the body. And then there'll be some memories because your brain has memories. It's not about your soul, but you may have memories. So eventually you'll have a memory. This is your mother, your father, your sister, brother, whatever. And that you need to complete a little bit of their goals. And then you start on your own. That's called a walk-in. I have met several walk-ins and discussed, whatever their missions and goals were. So that's another example. And there are many more, but these are the primary ones. See how powerful you are? See how enlightened you are? You have all these choices. But by the age of 7, you are pre-programmed to think a certain way through religiosity, family, friends, relatives, the whole 10 yards. Then you spend your rest of your life doing house cleaning and undoing some of the belief systems. But those belief systems were presented to you because that's what your parents or religion or family, friends, you know, wanted you to experience because you chose to have that experience. And then you learn that, oh, this is just an experience, it's temporary. Ah, I got it. I don't need to have this in my life anymore. And you move forward if you desire and choose to move forward. And then we have the ego. The ego says, no, 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 no. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then religiosity comes in and they have all these rules and regulations. And again, what's the difference between spirituality and religiosity? Religiosity is somebody else's rules, regulations, and that's it. Have to take it by faith. It's blasphemous unless you don't. You're going to be punished. And then spirituality is your own experiences, which are very empowering. Now, those who are in religiosity, I'm sure they mean well. However, threatening someone and so forth. You have chose that religiosity for whatever reason, to learn about self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. And you may or may not learn in this lifetime, so you can come back. But I will say most of religiosity, they mean well, except that everything is like blinders, you know. A horse, they put these leather blinders so they can't look left or right. They can only look forward. And so they have this belief system, whatever the religiosity is. Now, in religiosity, there is some truth, the Ten Commandments, and so on and so forth. But setting that aside, I asked, what good is religiosity? And I was told by True Source sets up a moral code. But the true spiritual souls will be seeking way beyond that. It's just a stepping stone. It's like going to kindergarten. I'm through with kindergarten. Now I'm going to go on to middle school, then high school, and then college, and then bachelor's, master's, PhD, and so on and so forth. You will never stop learning because this whole universe is changing continually, continually, continually. And, you know, when you confront spirit, you know, religiosity, and, you know, they'll, you know, how can you prove it? Well, it's in the book. Well, yeah, but is there any truth? No, you have to take it by faith. Now, I'm not knocking religiosity. I'm trying to help you explain. Whereas you turn around and say, I think there's something else, and then you experience it. You come from a different point of view. It's like, I experience it. I know this is right. But you have to be careful of the ego, whether it's religiosity or whatever, because the ego standing for ego, edging God out. But we're talking about the true source, not the one that religiosity speaks about. So what it is all enlightening and changing you. I know that Tio is chomping at the bit, so go ahead, Tio.
I am. Thank you, Michael. When you're talking about, uh, I remember the day I met you. I'm just going to share this really quick. The day I met you, and the day I was clutching your book for the very first time, and I asked you that question: what's the difference between religion and spirituality? And you told me exactly what you just said now. And you said it was religion sets a moral code. And I thought, yes, I've gone to church my whole life.
Yes.
I know about the Ten Commandments. I was confirmed all this stuff. I said, and then you said, spirituality is your life experiences. And this huge explosion went on in my head. And I saw all these videos that were like going through my mind that was all my life experiences that science and religion could not explain. And I knew what you said just now. You said there are those that will continue to seek beyond the church, beyond religiosity. And it was, I have been seeking my whole life until that day when I had that happen to me. And you told me that's the moment my soul woke up. And I thought, I can't put into words that amazing feeling that I had. And my question to you, Michael, is why is it that so many people haven't had that soul awakening that you've blessed me with? Because I no longer seek. It was like was looking and looking and looking for something that I was missing in my life for most of my life, years, until I found you, and that happened to us, or happened to me through you.
The answer is you were brainwashed and fear. Those are the two, being brainwashed and being fearful. You were brainwashed to be fearful. Because anything outside of the rules and regulations of religiosity is the devil's work. You're going to go to hell. You're going to be punished. Yada, 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 yada. So, understanding that you're brainwashed, just think of yourself as a child, a blank canvas, and everything that comes in is being put on this beautiful portrait of your life. And so you don't know anything. Well, oh, okay, this must be true. And if it's repeated long enough. So if you make a statement or a lie long enough and repeat it, people will believe you. And I'm not going to say religiosity is telling you a lie, but they're making a statement over and over and over and over again. And repeating it, and then you're living in fear. What if he's right? What if she's right? Oh my God, I'm going to go to punish and go to hell. I heard a very young man say something. He was 7 years old. His name is Bray, so I always give credit. And his mother said to him, and she's very spiritual, is there a hell? Said, no, there isn't a hell. And I feel the same way, but I wanted to look at his explanation. And his explanation was, well, brimfire and burning and all this stuff. Well, you have to have a body to feel fire and pain and hurt. And you have to have a body to be whipped and punished. You're in your soul. It's pure energy. That's the point. So they have made up this story about Satan and Lucifer and I don't know, all these different names. If you give power to a thought, the thought takes on an energy, a frequency, and vibration, and will be attracted to what you believe and think about. So I'll give you an example. Very simple example. You probably met a person who said, if I do this, I'll probably stumble. So I'll use person goes, I can't go skiing. If I do, I'll break a leg. 5 years later, they go out and break a leg skiing. See, I told you so. They created it by their thoughts. It's not a reality. But your thoughts are electromagnetic. What you think you create, what you create, you experience. You're going to draw the energy of breaking your leg. Or you're going to draw the energy of, I don't know, hell or whatever. There was a movie called What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams. And his wife was in hell, and he went to get his wife out of hell. And there was one line, there is no hell, it was just a dream. You have to watch that one line. And then it turns out, I won't tell you it turns out, but the ending is really beautiful ending, because you may want to watch that.
It's a great movie.
Pardon
It's
me?
a great movie. Thank
Yes,
you for
it is.
reminding us.
It is. And there was another one with Kevin Costner, I think it was called Dragonfly. And that's another beautiful little story. It's a great movie to watch. Both of them, I recommend them. You'll have to dig out and find them because they're probably buried somewhere. They're beautiful stories. Your life is a beautiful story. Your life is about trials and tribulations, overcome beliefs that create chaos in your life, establishing new beliefs that bring about love and joy and happiness in your life, establishing who you are, what you are. Your epitaph is your life, how you had your life, what you believe, what you accomplished. And that's what it's all about. It's not all the materiality, because you can't take that with you. Remember, the pharaohs, when they went into the pyramids and they crossed the river Styx and they took some coins and they left all their wealth there because they knew they were going to come back. P.S. The grave robbers got them. So so they never got them back, and they're still on the other side. But you are a beautiful soul, and you're unlimited. And being unlimited right now, that's my message for you to understand. Oh, I got my assistant here. He wants to help you and say hello. Say hello, Rex. So this is Rex. I'll bend this
Hi,
over.
Rex.
Hey, Rex, say hello. Anyway.
Aw. Hi, Rex.
He wants a little loving. So He's helping me. Thank you. Yes. So understanding all this, I wanted all of you to understand and realize that you are unlimited. In this book of life, you can change anything you so desire in the book of life. You can end it quickly, the book of life, your experiences, by acknowledging it and forgiving yourself and forgiving others and realize what you are to learn. Or you can carry it on in this lifetime into another lifetime. So really, it's your choice. The most important thing I desire for you to understand is you created your life and you can decide how long you want to languish in this or how you want to change it and release it and find more love and joy and happiness. Either way, you have won a great victory because you have established whatever you came here to heal in karma, and you also established that your life is created by you and you can turn it around and make lemons into honey. So thank you very much for joining us. I also want to share something else with all of you, and that is every Tuesday evening from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. I do what they call on freeconferencecall.com, Soul Awakening. It's all about any questions you have, anything you want to learn, and anything that I can help you with. Hopefully I can. And it goes from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Then I leave a 10-minute message. So I encourage you, all of you, to join us. And all you need to do is call in. I don't know if you got your pajamas on, or you're having a bottle of beer, or you're whatever you're doing, or having dessert. I don't know. But I welcome all of you because it's something we can learn and grow from. But it's also something that you may have forgotten that you need to be reminded of. Gio, give them that information, how they can contact us.
Okay. Just dial 202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125446#.
I'll put all this in the comments as well. But one more time on the number, that's 202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125446#. Using that same telephone number on the second Saturday of every month, very dear to my heart, is called the Mass Consciousness Healing. And that starts at 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01 Pacific time. We pretty much stick to that. And what's important, the first few minutes we talk, and then we become a conduit. And we become a conduit to the beautiful energy of unconditional love that goes through our heart chakra and embraces everything that exists on this planet, including Mother Earth. So I would encourage all of you, tell everybody, join us. What's the cost? A little over your time, 1 hour. But what's the result? A lot of love and healing birthed forth in your body. And to access that, it's the same telephone number, so give it one more time, please.
202-926-1059 and the access code, Michael?
125446#. Also, I have what I call the replay or recall. And on the Tuesday evening, I deliver a 10-minute message. And this 10-minute message, there are about 355, 356. And I would encourage all of you, get your phone, take down this telephone number. You're stuck in traffic, you're angry, you're upset, or maybe you had a rough day or you're depressed, and choose one. And somewhere between number 3 and 356. So you're wondering, which one should I choose? Well, as I tell everybody, I forgot to label them. Choose source. So no, you didn't. You want to read through 356 labels? No. Tell them. Just let their soul pick a number. And I can't tell you how many people say, just what I needed to hear. To you, would you give them that information?
I would love to. That number is 434-300-4170. And the access code, Michael?
125446# or hashtag. One more time, please.
434-300-4170 and code
125446#, same as before. Also, I want to encourage all of you to tune in to what I call, the replays. And this is a different replay. Go to Dr. Michael B. Gross YouTube, of course. Remember, I'm not the urologist. So Dr. Michael B. Gross, and all these podcasts that Tio and I have done are now recorded. And there's some messages, audio messages with pictures or photographs from an award-winning photographer. I think her name is Tio something or other. And you'll hear a little message, a 10-minute message, and there'll be a motivational thought. Also, I want to invite all of you who are new to a complimentary session. You have a 30-minute complimentary session. You ask any question you would desire. I am not going to sell you something. I'll just end up saying, I hope I've answered your question. And if I can be of any help, let me know. That's it. And then it's your choice. Because I am commanded not to sell anything, only for souls who are interested. And I really am commanded to do that. I also want to share something else. What to you?
Oh, what do you? Finger up. Okay. Don't forget the workshop. Okay. Let people know.
That's what I'm about to do.
See, I knew it. I had ESPN. I knew that's what you were thinking.
So this is 2025. So on March 14th, 15th, and 16th, doing the 12 protocols of manifestation. Now, this is different than anyone else as far as I know. It's all about realizing from the depth of your soul and your experiences what the blocks and hindrances are, how to change your thinking, how to heal, release that, and how to create the life that your soul so desires. These teachings go back to the ancient times of the mystery schools. For those of you who are not aware of the mystery schools, ancient times before the time of Christ, and even when Christ was here, the mystery schools was a mystery about how things worked. And these are direct teachings, and you're probably wondering, how does Michael know? Well, I'll share a quick 30-second, maybe 45-second story. As I was sharing, and I have what I call a class that has been with me, some of them 30 years, on a Monday night, I said, suddenly realized that this teaching, I've taught this before, feels so familiar, and it was in the ancient mystery schools. And they go on, Michael, we all knew it for the last 20 years, didn't you? No, we just had a bell went off. So just to let you know, I don't come from ego. Anyway, these are the ancient teachings. They're very powerful. They work with frequencies, energies, and vibrations. If you're interested, give me a call. Now, I'm old school. That's what they call me, old school. So there you see my telephone number. Call me, and I'll probably say I'll get back to you unless I'm somewhere and I can't do that. Then leave a text message. So you have to do 2 steps. Call me. I can't pick up. Leave me a text message. Don't text message me. You can. I may not look at it for a day or two, or 2 o'clock in the morning. You want to be awake at 2 o'clock in the morning? I get awake at 2 o'clock in the morning from my people that I work with and mentor because they're in crisis, but you don't want to be awakened at that hour. You want your beauty sleep. Therefore, please honor me by calling. If I don't pick up, leave me a text message, and I will be more than happy to get back to you and tell you a little bit about the manifestation protocols, what you can expect. But I assure you that it will change your life, and you will create a wonderful experience of healing, and you'll create whatever you so desire based on your soul's urge. Everything you can think of. I do have one stipulation. If you desire to take this and only manifest money, don't bother to waste your time. But if you desire to manifest love, joy, prosperity, abundance, and money, the whole 10 yards, then you're right for it. But only one thing, then what happens is money will owe you. It will create fear and doubt, because I work with people that have tons of dollars and they're always in fear of losing their money and they can't enjoy their life. So this is the whole 10 yards, as they say. Everything that your soul desires It's a life of love and joy and happiness, prosperity and abundance, perfect health. And it'll be your epitaph that you can share this someday with others. So I want to thank all of you for joining us. Yes to you.
No, again, there goes the finger again. To learn more about it, go to drmichaelgross.com. It's Michael's website. And there's a page in his website that's workshops. And that gives you all the information on exactly what he's offering. And I highly recommend that, you contact Michael either by phone or email, which is also in his website, to learn more about, the details regarding the workshop, okay? Because we're going to be announcing it more and more and more as the time gets closer. So definitely, share it with your friends. It's well worth it. I've taken 2 of his workshops already, and I am so blessed and grateful that I did, because they are life-changing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for letting me interrupt you again.
You're welcome. So last but just as important is this beautiful book called Healing the Holes in Your Soul. And it's written by Tia Knapp. It's a woman who went through painful experiences, tears, pain, unhappiness, a little bit of joy, but also who found herself, who found her soul, and like the mythological bird, rose like the phoenix. It's a story that'll bring tears and love and joy and hope for all of you. It's a must read. Please.
Thank you, Michael.
Look at it, buy it, and appreciate it.
Thank you, beautiful Michael. I highly recommend that everybody start here with the spiritual primer, because the spiritual primer and this beautiful gentleman sitting next to me are the reason that he's holding that book that was also published. I would have not written that book had I not been encouraged to do so by him, and taken all the years of mentoring that he's given me to create this beautiful life that I have today. I'm so incredibly blessed and honored that he's part of my life, and I know that he can enrich yours as well. Even though you think everything might be perfect, and hopefully it is, it can always be that much even more perfect, right? Ever growing more perfect, right, Michael?
Correct.
Thank you for this.
Thank you, everyone. Join us next week, and at the same time, or watch the replays. And remember, you are unlimited. Namaste. We love you. We really do. Have a great week. Take care.
Invite your friends.